good. Just play something. Hardly anybody's.
Come in.
Yeah.
Or do you want?
I was just gonna play some old thing of my own. It's D-A-G-A, I think. Give myself to the spirit. A, 2, 3, 4. G.
Well, you're capoed.
Oh,
I
I'm
can't.
capoed.
That won't.
The only reason I capoed is because I Am Home is in that, and then I have to take some time in between because I really don't want to play it in that chord. Give myself to the spirit. G. Let the spirit lead me home. A. Back to D. Give myself to the spirit. Let the spirit lead me home. Give myself to the spirit. Let the spirit lead me home. Give myself to the spirit. Let the spirit lead me home. Take it up higher. Take it up higher. Take it up higher, 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 higher. Take it up higher. Take it up higher. Take it up higher, 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 higher. Give myself to the spirit. Let the spirit lead me home. Give myself to the spirit. Let the spirit lead me home. Yeah. Take it up higher. Take it up higher. Take it up higher, 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 higher. Yeah. Take it up higher. Take it up higher. Take it up higher, 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 higher.
Nice. I like that.
That's one that I. Morning. Oops. Good morning. Let's do I Am Home. I am home. I am home. I have traveled far along this road and now I'm home. Shalom. Shalom. In the love of God, I am home.
Well, good morning and welcome to Unity Church of Fort Townsend. Spirituality with open hearts and open minds. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and all the sons and daughters of mothers. So, yes. So, I was looking at our order of worship, and I see that there's a new saying, that's on here that I'd like to share with you this morning. It says, I say to you again, take heart. Remember that your heart is what yearns for home. Your heart is what leads the way that you should follow. And it will set you certainly on a path to home from the course of love. And so as we celebrate Mother's love and the love that comes from our Creator, we do so knowing that as we walk home, we're all walking the same path individually, and it's the collective movement that brings us home. With that, let's sing Come Light, Light of God, as we light the candle here, and you at home, feel free to light your candle as we sing this song. Come light, light of God,
give light to creation, enlighten our hearts, and remain with your world. Come light, light of God, give light to creation, enlighten our hearts, and remain with your world.
And who are we? We are an authentic, transformative, spiritual community centered in God. We co-create a world that works for all. And what a perfect song to talk about a world that works for all. This is a congregational song. I guess we should stand up.
Everybody stand and sing along.
They're going to sing along anyways, regardless.
Well, it's supposed to be a sing-along. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they may see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sounds of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Please be seated. Wow, thank you, Ron. Thank you, everybody. While I was singing that song, and I've done that many times, that's one of my favorite songs, I was thinking about the Sesame Street version of that. We're going through the alphabet, and that was letter B, by the way. Letter B, letter B. Anyway. So obviously Pam's not here. That's why I'm taking license up here, by the way. She has returned. I hope she's returned. If the schedule worked right, she has returned from Texas, where she and Lane went down to Lane to get some dental work done. So they should be cuddled up, hopefully at home in your chair and watching this on the tube. So we'll see. We'll find out. We'll get the response from all this. So today is Mother's Day, the day that we honor the feminine and side of divinity. In Genesis 1:26, it says this: "Let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness." So who is the us in this scripture? Let us make humankind in our image. Who's that? I believe that was the many faces of God, particularly the masculine and feminine side of that. And that's it's the only reference that I could find after going in AI and asking that talks about anthropomorphic spirit. It talks about spirit. There's lots of words about spirit, but an entity, an anthropomorphic entity. And the next passage, the very next passage, talks about creating man and woman, okay? And I think that's when we begin to create God in our own image. Reverend Simon Duvall said, God created us in God's image. It's too bad that we decided to return the favor. So it was, and there's something about that when we got duality going in lots of different ways. We got duality male-female. We got duality between spirit and the manifest world. All those kinds of dualities are going on. But we're here to talk about Mother's Day. So, and I brought a prop. This is Kuan Yin, the statue of Kuan Yin. I think you don't have a good place to put her. I think I'll put her right here. I got that in Vietnam about 15 years or so ago. So Kuan Yin is a bodhisattva. That is an enlightened being that went off to nirvana, to the paradise, and said, no, I don't think I'm going to come up here. I'm going to stay down on the planet and help all of those that are suffering to be all, so we can all come up together. So she was a bodhisattva. She's the female side of the deity. So it was like Mother Mary, the same kind of concept. She is known as the goddess of mercy and compassion, and particularly the nurturing and protective nature of that. So I got this at a monastery run by a bunch of Buddhist nuns. The chief nun was a wonderful, bright light. I mean, a bright light. We didn't speak, I didn't speak Vietnamese, and they didn't speak much English, so we got along just fine. We had a translator, but this orphanage took children from birth to 18. At 18 years old, you had to leave. And for many of these kids, this is their only home. And so anybody over 18 would come back and help with other kids, would fix things that are broken, would provide funds, make meals, you name it. So they had this huge community. There's about 30 kids in this orphanage. And every child had a responsibility. And one of the things they did is they made these statues. This was carved out of a piece of wood, a block of wood. And so the little kids would do, I don't know, maybe cut them in two or do something that didn't have too many sharp things, objects. And then they would go up the ladder, and they get towards the end, and it takes form. And then ultimately, this would have been painted and lacquered. She's not. I got her about 3/4 of the way through the process. So I saw this back in their workshop. We were getting a tour. This is an orphanage that the organization I helped with had sponsored, or at least helped sponsor. Anyway, we were getting a tour through this whole thing. And so we're engaged in all that. And we had a wonderful meal with the nuns and the kids. They're all, there's people from America. I mean, that's in a book. You don't see that from life. Anyway, so I went back in the workshop and I picked up this Kuan Yin and I said, Madam Sung, can I buy this from you? This gets me every time. And she said, oh no, it's not finished yet. And I said, well, neither are we. And she lights up like a light bulb, and she goes, yes. So anyway, that's how I got Kuan Yin. But Kuan Yin, because of the feminine aspect of that, it sits on our mantle, and it's just a reminder that it's like having Mother Mary up on a picture on the wall, that we have both sides within us. And that while we celebrate Mother's Day, we really celebrate the feminine in each of us, because all of us are called at one point or another to be a mother, to be a mom. Now, being a mom is a lot different than being a mother. Biologically, you can make it to be a mother. Being a mom that's one step up. Moms are it's an endearing term that means you're special to me. So some of us have more than one mom. We may have a biological mom and then a mom that took care of us. I think of all the kids that use our little spot in the back of the warehouse here for clothes for the foster care. And those foster care parents are moms for an hour, a day, a month, a week, or years. But they still impart in that kid, wherever they're at on their path, that whole idea about love, being able to care for them, just being present in their life. For a lot of these kids, just somebody to go home to, that there's somebody at home when they get there. Moms are those people that kind of know when things go wrong before they have to ask you that something's gone wrong. And they're also the ones that make those many, many sacrifices that we don't always acknowledge. I know from my own case, I can think of, and certainly watching us raise our daughter, and now my daughter raising our granddaughter, the sacrifices that go on all the time. But they're just built into the DNA of being a mom. There are fiercest protectors, and they're our softest place to land. Doesn't that all sound like spirit? That the lessons, somebody that listens. I know when I go into meditation or prayer, somebody's listening. That they teach us, they forgive us, and they're there for us 24/7. So that's what mom is. And it really sounds to me like that's spirit, and that's Kuan Yin, and that's the feminine side of the deity we call God. What moms truly are is an expression of the depth of love and the consistency to be there, the presence. Works in the physical form and it works in the invisible form. So from the immortal moms everywhere, words to live by. Ready? Because I said so. Were you raised in a barn? Just you wait and see. Don't make me count to 3, followed by, I'm going to count to 3. And then the last one is, wait until your father gets home. So for all of us that got to do that, to be the moms nurturing, thank you. For the people that we've involved with, that we've nurtured our own ways. It's important. It's important work that we did, and it's important work that we continue to do. And all of that gets us to the daily word. Mother's love. The tenderness of mother's love shows me the presence of God on earth. Love is a life-giving force, a tremendous power that binds all people in God. It is through this love that we are all members of one family. The mother and all those selfishly sharing motherly love give warmth and depth to the free-flowing love of God. There's nothing so pure, so warm, or so comforting about a mother's love. This is the love that encourages us when we doubt, and that accepts us when the world feels cold, and that celebrates our successes and helps us shine. No matter how mother's love comes into my life, I recognize and give thanks for its divine source. As the motherly love I have felt throughout my life has blessed me, I pray those who have loved me so tenderly and so fiercely known the love of God as they have shared it so generously. Say that again. I pray those who have loved me so tenderly and fiercely know the love of God as they share it so generously. And from Proverbs, many women have done exceptionally, but you surpass them all. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. So now I invite Rhonda up as we prepare for meditations. Let me take my notes off of yours. Here you go. Going to be is our guest speaker and meditator this morning. So, Rhonda, it's all yours.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you.
Take a deep breath in and out.
To be a sanctuary, open-hearted, kind, and true, is to embody a feminine state of receptivity, a place where possibility, growth, healing, and miracles are gentle and yet fiercely held. Together, you have mothered a person, a pet, a plant, or a planet, or someone just standing in the grocery line. We are all mothers. You are channeling the divine feminine. As you breathe in and out, surrender to the rhythms of life, its contractions and its expansions, its joys and its messiness. Trust that no matter your circumstances, you are always being held in the forgiving and feeling arms of the divine feminine energy. With each breath, offer deep gratitude for this unity community where it is safe to be just as you are, in your strength and in your vulnerability. Today in the United States, Mother's Day is set aside to joyfully honor mothers. Yet for many, and especially now, it is a tender and complex day. So let us use this sacred time with compassion, consciously creating a space where the alchemy of love welcomes all that we feel, joy and grief, celebration and sorrow. Let every emotion find a seat in this circle. May we give one another permission to feel, to speak truth without fear, and to grieve what needs grieving. Place your hands on your heart. Feel the pulse of Mother Earth rise through your feet, up through your body, beyond the crown of your head. Let it meet with the energy of Father Sky, protective, honoring, and present. These energies embrace in sacred union, accepting, combining, and trusting love to lead the way forward, giving birth to the miracles that we so desperately need now. May we open ourselves to receive the grace of the divine feminine that lives in each of us, no matter what our gender. Our planet, with its politics and division, is aching for the fierce and tender love of the mother. Not only gentle care, but the mama bear courage that rises to defend peace, healing, and transformation for all. We must remember that there are no corners on a round planet, no true lines that divide us. We are one. The Divine Mother calls us to link hands and hearts to take a stand for peace that is unwavering, inside and out. Take a moment now to call into this sanctuary your grandmothers, your mother, and all those who have nurtured you. We also welcome those who couldn't or didn't know how. We welcome them into this space of blessing and forgiveness. We honor all mothers, biological, adoptive, foster, and chosen. We make room for grandmothers, teachers, aunts, sisters, stepmothers, and single parents doing the work of both mother and father. We hold space for mothers who live with the ache of not being able to feed or care for their children, no matter how hard they try, and cry because they cannot keep them safe. We send unconditional love to all refugee mothers here and abroad who face war, displacement, rejection, famine, and violence, driven by fierce hope for a better life for their children. We remember and hold close those who have lost a child through miscarriage, illness, suicide, homelessness, guns, or injustice, whether abroad or on our own streets. Their heartache is unimaginable. And we offer gratitude for the unsung heroines, women elders with their silver wisdom, birth doulas and midwives who catch new life, caregivers and hospice workers who witness life's final breaths, healers and counselors who sit with others in their deepest pain. Someone somewhere is losing their mother right now to illness, estrangement, memory loss, or time. We call on the Divine Mother's compassion to surrender them and surround all who are grieving. Whoever you are, whatever you feel today, be it joy or sorrow, gratitude or regret, feel it all and know that the Divine Mother is here holding you close. As we make a commitment to stand, to channel the strengths of the Divine Mother, to protect one another, our children, and our planet, may our thirst be quenched as we drink deeply from the healing, powerful waters of unconditional love. As we close this meditation, may we open to the gifts hidden in the cracks of life's paradox. May we remember that we can carry this sanctuary with us into our daily lives. May we know our worth and rise not only in perfection, but in presence. May we always be sanctuaries of light and love, steadfast in our intention to let love lead.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you. When I fell, you picked me up. When I had thirst, you filled my cup. When I was tired, you laid me sound asleep. Then I started growing up, too cool to think about your selfless love. Now I know that river runs so deep. Now I want you to know that I'm thinking about you. And I just want to say these things that words can't say. I take a look around, I know I'm never without you. How about some mother's love today? I'm sending back some mother's love your way. The years went by, you loosened the rein. Letting go was one more way to show a love that only spoke the truth. When troubles came, questions lurked. You soothed my pain, you healed my hurt. Now I understand just what you gave. Now I want you to know that I'm thinking about you. And I just want to say these things that words can't say. I take a look around, I know I'm never without you. How about some mother's love today? I'm sending back some mother's love your way. I've made it here, I understand. A mother's love, it has no end. You're always gonna be a part of me. It always gives, makes no fuss. It's something inside all of us. It lives on when we have gone away. I want you to know that I love you more than these words can say. I am blessed by the flow of your love throughout me. So how about some mother's love today? I'm sending back some mother's love today. I'm sending back some mother's love your way.
Today I get to be like right here, and I can travel a little bit, but I'm going to do my best to stand right here, be fully present in the presence. I'm grateful to be here today. Mother's Day is a day that for many years I've been able to be a part of the celebration of Mother's Day by reading a statement that we'll read together later. But I just want to acknowledge Pam, who shows up as the mother for many, and that she has definitely been these last few days the divine feminine in action. So if you're watching, Pam, bless you, and we're grateful for you. So what I want you to do is I'll rub your hands together until they get warm. Keep going. And then when they get really, really hot, hold them about a foot apart and feel the energy. See if you can actually feel the energy between the palms of your hands. Between the palms of your hands. And you can almost do it like you can silly putty. You can move it back and forth. You can feel how it gets condensed, and you can pull it apart. And then if you would, put your palms together and just take a moment to turn around and acknowledge the divine feminine that is in this room. Just send that energy that you've captured in your hands, that you can't really see or you can't really define, but send it. Send that mother's love to everyone in this sanctuary. I don't think I'm going to be able to stand still, so. So Mother's Day gives us the opportunity to explore the meaning of the divine feminine, divine love. And as David was saying too, it's an energy force that isn't exclusively tied to a gender. The biological mothering happens because women give birth, but that feminine energy is something that we all can access and expand and live in our lives. It's a spiritual and philosophical concept. It represents the sacred, life-giving, and nurturing aspects of our existence. It's a set of qualities that embody intuition, creativity, compassion, receptivity, emotional depth, connection to nature, and to all the cycles of life. As David was saying, the divine feminine across cultures and history has been captured. So Shakti in Hinduism is how we know the divine feminine. Sophia in Gnostic Christianity. The goddess in paganism and Wicca. The Shekinah in the Jewish mysticism practices. And most familiar to most of us is Mother Mary in Christianity, who showed up as the embodiment of the divine feminine, as a vessel of that divine love and compassion. Sadly, in our culture still, the qualities of the divine feminine has been happening for eons. They are suppressed, and many see them as weak. Many do not recognize that women, or those who embody the divine feminine, have superpowers. They are Wonder Woman. They do impossible things that are often under-recognized, underutilized, not really acknowledged, and not necessarily, and sometimes taken for granted. But I want you to think of Mother Mary as a model of that divine feminine. She also was a refugee and an immigrant who, like our refugees and immigrants today, took huge risks to keep her son safe. Mary rode a donkey while full-term pregnant. She gave birth in a stable. She clothed and fed her son in circumstances that were challenging. And she constantly and continuously supported his dream, up to and including watching him be tortured and die. And she never left him in her heart. This is the power of the divine feminine that we can all draw from as we're facing our daily challenges. The light and the power of the divine feminine is so desperately needed right now. It needs to be activated and expanded. But how do we harness and activate that superpower? Women are born with the potential of giving birth. They are designed to be the container. But that energy can be learned, it's in your nature. Like David said, it's in your DNA. We just have to discover it. So it really is a process of discovery. The divine feminine awakens and evolves. It's not just one moment of awareness. It's something that we grasp the spark of. We hear the call. We're faced with a situation, and that's how we activate the divine feminine. It doesn't always feel strong and confident in us. It's kind of revealed in waves, and sometimes those waves are tsunami. So the only way that I can describe what I know as how that awakening happens is by a story of a situation in my life. I moved here to Port Townsend when I was 50, almost on a dare. I had visited here once. I had one friend up here, and I came to visit her with a broken foot to convalesce, and I knew just coming down that hill that this was the place, and she was calling, and Port Townsend does. She calls people. But I went back to Northern California and decided I would make my 2-year plan on how I was going to move to Port Townsend in my little spreadsheet. And my friend who lived up here went and looked at a cabin out on Marrowstone Island and called me, because it wasn't cell phones at the time. She called me and she said, "Rhonda, if you don't rent this place, then you don't really want all of the things you say you want, and I don't want to hear about it anymore." And so I rented that cabin, even though I knew that my youngest daughter was about to give birth to my very first grandchild. And I thought, this doesn't make sense. Ooh, I can remember how hard it was to take that leap of faith. But I knew that if I stayed in the Bay Area, living a mile from a refinery, being in a relationship that wasn't satisfying, if I didn't take that leap of faith, that I would be a dead grandma there to give to my grandchildren, rather than a live grandma who modeled for my daughters and my grandchildren the power of taking a leap of faith. So I did, and I rented that place for 2 months so I could get my daughter through her first 6 weeks of mothering. And I remember pulling out with my U-Haul behind me in my little car and her holding my grandson Parker in her arms. Well, he's 24. And so that's how I can remember how long I've lived here. But it was a powerful, powerful time. But what I left behind was my career at the time. I had been a speaker. I had written a book called Drive Yourself Happy, right on the heels of 9/11, where you couldn't fly around the country to promote a book. You couldn't do speaking engagements. So I was letting go of that phase of my life, and I came here, and it seems to happen like decade markers. You get 10, 20, 21, 30, 40, you get to 50, you go, you start paying attention. 60, you go, 70, you start questioning it still by decades, and then you go in half decades. Well, 75, you get to 80, and you go, wait, 81, 82. So the trick is just to never stop celebrating. But when I came up here, I didn't know who I was. I was sitting in a cabin with one chair and a bed that I had gotten. The cabin was owned, my landlady was Kathleen Waldron. So that is where my beginning in Port Townsend started, was in a little house that she owned across the street from where she lives now. When I got here, I sat in that chair and I thought, am I going to know when I'm hungry? When to get up from this chair? I had basically done it according to everybody else's needs. Do you need a glass of milk? Can I get you, that was the mothering that I was beginning to shed, the version of motherings that I was beginning to shed. So when I came here, I sat there and thought, do you really have to go to the bathroom now, or is it 2 minutes from now? It was like a moment-by-moment reevaluation of discovering who I was. So because I was unclear, I decided I would do a workshop. It was a 4-day workshop that they called Warrior Camp. And I really didn't even know much about it. It was up in Pemberton, British Columbia. I went up there, I did Warrior Camp with maybe 35 men and 5 or 6 women. It didn't dawn on me that I might be one of the few women, even though it's a common thing. But the first day, we hiked to the top of a mountain and back. Like, are you going to be the very first one to get there? And is that what leadership is? Are you going to be the very last one? Or are you going to be somebody who kind of helps people along the way? The second day was a ropes course. So you had to shinny up a 40-foot pole, stand on the top of it, feel it wavering in the wind, and jump out to a trapeze. You're harnessed, but your mind is screaming, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. So then we had to palm to palm with a partner, work across cables that gradually got further apart. So it was that whole trust exercise of, you have to put equal pressure on the other person's hands in order to keep yourself upright. The next day was guys dressed in big ninja suits that come running at you across a room. And they taught you basic self-defense, and you're supposed to defend yourself against this energy force that's coming at you. And the first time I see these big guys screaming and yelling and coming at me, all I could do was turn into a ball and drop to the ground. And then they're yelling in this really aggressive way. You have to get up. You can't just lay there and die. You have to get up. You have to fight. Well, I am not that energy. And so then this man said to me, yelled at me, do you have children? I said, yes, I've got 2 amazing daughters. And now a grandson. And he said, well, imagine them standing behind you. And this man came running at me again. And the mama bear energy kicked in. Nobody will hurt my kids and my grandkids. I found my voice. Up until that point, I couldn't scream because my voice had really been suppressed by circumstances, sexual abuse, being made small or less than as a woman. I didn't have a voice until that moment. It finally began to be unleashed. Then that night, as if it hadn't been enough, let's walk on hot coals. So you walk on hot coals about as far from here to there, the end of the stage. I did it. The next day was a sweat lodge ceremony. And the chief elder who prepared us for this sacred sweat lodge put the women, he said, women, stand in this circle, and he had the men surround us. And he said, men, we are dedicating this sweat lodge ceremony to the women. We are here to acknowledge them and thank them for their creative life force energy. Our job is not to understand them. Your job is to love, honor, and protect them, because they are the vessels and the conduits and the channel of the divine energy. And so we did this sweat lodge ceremony, and I just sobbed because I think that was the first time in my whole life that I felt seen by those words that he said and acknowledged for my role. I knew what it was. I was making it up as I went along. But it wasn't easy. But somehow that was one more step towards owning my own power. So as I was driving home from Pemberton, British Columbia, I got home I was trying to integrate it, and what I was absolutely certain of is I don't want to be a warrior in the masculine form of what a warrior is. I know my power as a woman, and I want to fully own that and apply that and embody that. Because it's not just weak, it's ferocious at times. So, all of the women who sit in this sanctuary, all of us, men and women included, we each have stories of where the divine feminine was awakened within us, where we knew our role to show up and be kind and to hold the space for someone with honor and with respect, whether with your masculine energy or owning your feminine energy, to be a force in this world, knowing the time, intuiting the time of when to listen, when to speak, when to be gentle, when to be ferocious, and embody that mama bear energy. So for years, we've talked about this one special book, The Great Silent Grandmother Gathering, that was written by one of the dearest people in my life, and some of you know her, Sharon Meddy. She used to be a member of our community. Just because she's moved back to Ashland, she and our dear friend Nancy, they are still members of this community. So in her book, it's a beautiful and deceptively simple little book. But in it, Sharon tells the story. We meet two grandmothers who feel called to save the world, but not through protests, arguments, or politics. They choose to stand silently in a park each day, holding peace in their hearts. Soon, more women, mothers, grandmothers, and even men and children join them. Without shouting, without fanfare, without visible action, they create a deep vibration of change. From this book evolved the Declaration for Peace that embodies the power of the divine feminine, that we stand together to say each Mother's Day. And we've done this for over a decade. We used to do it down at the Masonic Hall. We are standing with women and people all around the world today, saying this statement again. And I don't know how many more times we have to say it, but I am certain that we need to embody it, feel it, know that it is. We have to let it be as if it already is. So if you would, please stand. And I think on the monitors we'll see the words. Together, let us say this declaration, feeling it as if it already is so, rather than from a place of lack. We are standing for all the world's children and grandchildren, and for 7 generations beyond them. We dream of a world where all of our children have safe drinking water, clean air to breathe, and enough food to eat. A world where they have access to basic education, to develop their minds, and health care to nurture their growing bodies. A world where they have a warm, safe, and loving place to call home. A world where they don't live in fear of violence in their home, in their neighborhood, in their school, or in their world. This is the world of which we dream. This is the cause for which we stand. Because sometimes the quietest among us are the ones who truly change everything. Have a seat. So may the Divine Mother hold us and heal us. May we offer our gratitude to all the mothers and mother figures who loved us as best they could. And may we heal the rest. May the silent grandmothers and all of the angels and ancestors guide us through these seemingly impossible times. May we access the courage to allow the energy of the divine feminine to rise within us regardless of our gender. Through this renewed commitment that we have made together again today, may we all be bold and bless this round world on which we stand that has no corners, and may we see only love. And so it is. Om, Amen, a woman, and blessed be. Thank you.
This is a Sanskrit chant to the Divine Mother. Bhajamanamam translates to, Mother, you are on my mind. Anandamayi is overflowing with bliss. Anandarupa is you are joy in form.
Bhajamanamama, 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 Bhajamanamama. Bhajamanamama, Bhajamanamama, Anandamayi, Mama, Mama, Anandarupa, Mama, Mama, Bhajamanamama, Bhajamanamama, Bajamano ma ma ma. 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 Nanda mai mama mama. Nanda rupa mama mama. Bajamana mama mama. Bajamana mama mama. Bajamana mama mama. Bajamana mama mama.
Perfect. And you won't want to mess with this lady, let me tell you. She's got elephants and lions and tigers and bears, oh my. So we got to respect the divine energy, all of its forms, right? And Mama Bear as well. This is the time in our service where we receive the offering, so I invite you to take your offering out. And as we do, we will bless it as we do here each week. And always a reminder of who and what we are. We're divine love. As me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
blessed. Ah, sweet, sweet Spirit, Father, Mother, God. Yes, Father, Mother, God. Thank you for a day to remember that we all have Mother within us. We all were nurtured by Mother. And we all have responsibility to heal Mother. Be it the mother we stand upon, the mother we grew up with, or the mother that's toiling out there someplace. So we receive these gifts, we send them forward with the intention that we can help heal where we can, to stand up for those that are less than, and to fully understand that we all come from the same divine energy. We're one with everybody around us, regardless of what they look like, how they speak, how they stand, how they sit, how they are. But when we find that oneness, that reality of who and what we are, those things fade away. They're just outer conditions. So we send these gifts forward that each person may stand in their power, their presence, stand tall knowing where they come from. And I think in doing that, we can create heaven on earth. So let us do that in our lifetime. So it is. Amen. Can you dig these up the culture?
Extra announcement at the end.
Another one. In the circle?
Well, before.
Before. Okay. All right. Well, the divine energy of announcements. So first of all, I want to thank Helma for holding the high watch today. She's available for prayer following service, and she'd be glad to pray with you if there's something you want to pray about. The prayer box in the back of the sanctuary, we hold your prayer requests on for a week, and then we send them on to Silent Unity for 30 days additional prayer. And in both cases, there's much power in praying. Say it silently, writing it down, or speaking it out loud. We have all sorts of things to talk about today. Let's see. We have, Kelly, you want to talk about this crafty thing you do?
So the craft club on Thursdays, and I think Suzanne said she'd like to extend it from 11 to 2 because she's here anyway. And so you don't have to bring anything, but you can bring your own project. You don't have to know something, it's not artists club, it's craft club. So, but if you're an artist, that works too. It's mostly really just about us getting together and, communing. And over creativity, which is one of our 12 powers. And we do have the first bookshelf out there in the hallway is now set up with items that we have made. And so go out there and check out some of the items that we've made. One of the things that I'm inviting people to do, you'll see in the newsletter this week, a little fun announcement. We are going to be, for the first time, participating in the Pride Festival here in Fort Townsend. So we're going to have a booth, and we're going to be making inviting people into our booth to decorate just a little prayer flag and then hang those up, and we'll bring it back here, and we will, all be blessing all the people who have put on here what they are wishing for in respect to that community. If during Craft Club, if you'd like to come help I just tore this, so I don't know, woven fabrics, you can just tear it and it'll tear straight. And one pillowcase made 21 of these. So, and Ron was eating crackers, so the front of the box, back of the box was perfect size for these little things. So I got some sheets and pillowcases, so one of the things, I'm going to bring them on Thursday, and you can help just snip. You just have to make a little snip, tear. So I could use some help with that. And so anyway, if you're interested in helping out with the Pride Festival, watch the newsletter this week for how you can support that, or you can come talk to me today after service, and I'll let you know how you can come help support us. And this is just outreach to let the community know who we are and that we are welcoming and allies, as well as part of that community.
Okay, so we got that one going. So Thursday at noon to 2 o'clock. Monday from 5 to 6 we have the tapping wellness, the EFT, and it's for Suzanne was here. I saw her. Anyway, she's around here someplace. So if you just yell, Suzanne, she'll show up and you can explain to you what that's about. However, I think you just show up and you'll be fine. You could either be a participant or a model. And I can't get a EFT tapping? No? Oh, never mind. I guess I can't show up. Okay, I can show up. So anybody can show up then. All right. So And tomorrow, no, that's for next week. Blah, 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 blah. We have, so the Course of Love groups are going on, as many of you know. And the Course of Love group on Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m., needs a couple more people. They had a couple of people that had to drop out, so they're down to 2. And so they would like company. So if you're interested in the Course of Love, they're here at the prayer chapel at 10 o'clock on Thursday. We're trying to recruit a couple more members for that. Reminder, next weekend is Roadie, and there is a roadie run that goes around these streets around here. And so San Juan Avenue is going to be impacted. So as you come in, you'll be directed probably not to go down San Juan Avenue. You can probably be directed away from it. And if you need to, you can come in the back way off of First Street. But it may be a challenge if you're coming down from that part of the town. It's just a heads up. The race starts, I think it starts it used to start at noon, and maybe it's at 11. So it's about the same time that we start. So anyway, it's going to be some confusion down there. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we got invited. And so to unconfuse you, after getting here, we get to go to Sea Dog Farm, to Betsy and John's place out on Seaview Avenue for listen to some music, have a potluck. They're going to provide dogs, hot dogs that is. And speaking of dogs, random dogs on the property, you can't have random dogs on the property, so just be aware of that. There are flyers with all these instructions. You can see it looks like they're cute little flyers. They're on the table out there, so feel free to put that on your calendar. That sounds like it's always a lot of fun. And they're wonderful hosts, and it's a great time. Oh, and we got Kirtan next Saturday, right? Yeah. Isn't it the Saturday? Yeah. Okay. So Kirtan Saturday at 7 p.m. on May 17th, right? No.
It's this coming Saturday.
It's coming Saturday. Okay. Just want to make sure I have it straight. Okay. So you have a question, an announcement.
Real quick, if you notice the flowers up on the altar, Marianne, can you raise your hand? Marianne is helping with Glenn White. Laurel can no longer see very well. She's got macular degeneration, but she has a beautiful garden. So Marianne's going to help with cutting flowers from the garden, and she would like one other volunteer that is interested in flowers, just, on Saturday, alternating with her to cut some flowers, and you can talk to Marianne if you're interested, okay?
Thank you, Mary Ann, for doing that. It's wonderful.
And
Laurel.
we had one or two people ask, when is our next garage sale? We're actually, instead of doing the Mystic Fair this summer, we are actually going to have a garage sale in August, and Carl and Kristen are going to handle that. So if you've been thinking, oh, what should I do with this? Talk to Carl. I don't know if we have space or not, but keep it at your house until August. But that's what our next big fundraiser is going to be. We didn't have enough people to run the Mystic Fair this year, so we are going to push it to next year.
Good. Thank you. I think that's all the announcements, so let's form a circle. I hope you all are hungry. There are all sorts of goodies out there in the foyer. You need to squish in a little bit, I think. Squish in. It's gonna get there.
Yeah, we have to move to G. Come on. Keep moving, you guys. Come this way. All right, we got it. We are one.
Yeah, we are. Yes, there is
Peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
The light of God surrounds
us.
us.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And thank you, Pam, for letting us take over the service today. We expect to see you next week. Love and blessings. Go forth and have a wonderful week. Try that at home.